Okay, we're back. Yes, it's 25, not 26, because I brain farted and didn't do the right math. But anyways, back to the crochet in here. I'm going to chain here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start doing decreases. Decreasing is fairly simple too. It's where you're going to take 2 stitches, you know, 1, 2, and combine them into 1 stitch. So you can actually do a triple decrease, which I'll do later, because there's some patterns that require different types of decreases, and there are many different kinds. It just depends on how you're going to do it. But we're going to just go through a basic decrease, which is taking 1 stitch, 2 stitch, and combining it into 1 stitch in the next row. And I got to get rid of 5 of these because I want to go back to 20 if I can, because I'm like brain dead. So let's go ahead and we'll crochet through, and let's see. So we've already chained 1. We're going to stick our hook in the hole, go there, yep. And so I wander all over. I'm using my cell phone because I haven't found a camera that works for close-up work, so it's kind of still difficult to do. And then we got this and that. We're doing some single crochets now. And then let's go here. So, oh, I know what I can do. I'll do a single. This is going to be a decrease. So we have come now. Okay, so right here, this should be our half double crochet increases. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease this into 1 crochet to be done with it. And then, where are my 3? Okay, my 3 are here, so we're going to do a 2 and 3 decrease, which is going to be a little tricky. I still have to think about it at times, but we can do it, and that will get rid of 3. That will turn, it'll work out. So what we're going to do is we will put our hook into this row, we'll yarn over, and then we'll put our hook into this stitch here, just like that one, yarn over, and then we'll pull the yarn through both loops to have just 1. And I'll go ahead and show that right now. So let's take a look here. We've got our thing. We stick it in the hole, yarn over, pull it through. Now, we need to go ahead and decrease. So we're going to, we got 2, you can see 1, 2. We need to put our hook in the next hole because we're going to decrease. So we should now have 3 stitches in, 3 rows of yarn, or however way you want it. 3 loops of yarn, there we go. Now we're going to do a 4th loop. We're going to yarn over, and what we're going to do is we want to take this yarn and put it through 1, 2, 3, all 3 of these loops. And that will create 1 stitch for us. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Oh my God, it worked. I'm brilliant. I am so brilliant. Okay. So as you can see, we've taken 2 stitches right here, as the yarn is fiddly, and we've got 1 hole right here. This was 1 stitch right here. This is the 2nd stitch right here. We had our 3 loops on the hook, and then we pulled it through, and now we are down to 1 stitch from those 2 stitches we combined together. You can kind of see how it's a little loopy right there compared to the other ones, right? So that is how you can do one type of decrease. And that will actually showcase in another type of decrease that I'll do a little bit in a few minutes, which is a decrease, but it's actually an increase. And I'll go over that in a second, but first let's get rid of some other things. All right, now we should have 3, let's see, I think we got 3, yeah, I got 3 stitches in this 1 loop. So we got to get rid of 3 so we can put it into 1. This is going to be a little bit more involved, but it's still doable. I mean, it's a common thing. what you want to do is we're going to do a decrease for the first 2 stitches, okay? We're going to do one, 2. We're going to do a decrease by going in here, you know, just like normal, and then put it through again. So we have our 3 loops on here, and then we'll yarn over, go through all 3, and we have the first of a 2 in 3 decrease. That means 2 decreases using 3 stitches. And we haven't used the third one yet, but we've got our first 2 stitches are right here. This will be our third one right here. So we're gonna excuse me. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, and when we're done, we should have 2 stitches there, I believe. We'll figure it out. I want to get back to 20, so good luck to us all if this works. So how we're going to do it is we're going to go back, and typically you would, when you are going to go and continue your work, you would pop into just the very next stitch, because we've already worked this one and we've already worked this one. This is a fresh one. What we're not going to use this stitch right away. This is going to be the third in our 2 and 3 stitches. What we're going to do the second one is we're going to put our hook back into this hole right here that's already been worked, and we're going to do another decrease using this hole and this hole, this stitch and that stitch, to go ahead and reduce this one again. So that's what it is, because you're using this hole, this stitch, twice to do a reduction or a decrease. So let's go ahead and you'll see what I mean. See, it's kind of like an increase where you use that and you put your hole in there. You have that just like normal. Now you stick your hole or stick your hook back into that hole, yarn over, and there you go. And that is doing the 2 and 3 decrease. But see how it went from, we had 3 stitches here, 1, 2, 3, and now we're down to 2. Okay, so I think I'm going to need to reduce another one, you know, do another decrease in a second, but I'll count it in a minute. And if that's the case, well, fine. You know, I just want to get back to 20. You know, who cares how you do it or where you do it in this particular testing instance, right? So let's see. Let's go ahead and my next set of stitches, my next double set is going to be right here. So we're going to want to, you know, do a decrease on these ones, and we'll do a decrease here too, and see how many stitches that comes out. If it's not 20, I'll do a decrease somewhere else and call it good. So we're going to just do some basic single crochets, 1 for 1 in each stitch. And then cat's meowing at the door again, because heaven forbid I keep him out of being petted and loved and adored by me. I think that's Barney, actually. Oh well. Okay, now we are back at the double crochets, or not double crochets, but the 2 stitches that we did for the increase here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do another decrease. This is going to be a standard one where you stick your hook through the hole, yarn over, bring it up, then put it back in the second hole, yarn over, and pull it through, and there we go. Another decrease. Let's see. My yarn is being funky. So, okay. So, there you go again. We got the 2 stitch, you know, from the first row right here. 1, 2, and we did a loop here and a loop here, and it combined it into 1 stitch right there. And let's go ahead and get to that final double increase we did before, or increase. Where is it? Okay, so we're coming up to it again. We got our double increase again. As you can see, there's one right here and one right there. So it's kind of hard to see, but you can see right here we got 2 increases. Well, we got 2 single crochets. That was the increase. So we're going to want to reduce that down and get it down to 1 loop as I shake the table. And let's do this. Stick it in there. And then stick it in the next hole. Loop it over. Pull through. There's our decrease again. And, you know, so we got 2 loops, or two stitches right here, 2 holes, and we combine them to make 1 new stitch right there, because we're reducing it or decreasing it. Let's see, how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I'm going to have to do 1 more decrease to get it back to 20. So we'll do 2 decrease, do another one right here where you stick your hook through the hole, you grab it again, stick it through there. There we go. And then we'll finish it off by doing, we'll finish this off eventually, sometime today, maybe, possibly. Okay. Woohoo! Alright, so there it is. That should be 20 with our little, because I did a half double crochet right here, that's why it's got the little bump. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20! We have 20 stitches in our rows. So we're back to 20. It's got a little bump, but you know, oh well. Now the next video is going to showcase how to do a sneaky increase or a ninja increase. Wah, wah, wah. Hi-ya! So in case you're interested in how to do that, mostly you would use it for, I've only been using it for mostly round stuff, but you use it on flat work too. It's actually a very, very useful increase if you're trying to, say you have like 6 stitches or something like that instead of 5. It's a great way of doing it when you don't have an odd number of stitches. So anyways, I'm going to finish this video and then I'll start the next one that will do the ninja increase. And then I think that should do it. I'll probably grab some yarn and do a color changeover as well, because somebody was asking about that. So I hope that was helpful. This was for doing decreases, you know, whether it's a regular decrease or a 2 in 3 decrease, which is what we had to do here. So I will be back in a second.